it's Michelle from the Vegan Hippie, back with another craft project for you. Today I'm going to show you how to make this decorative wall art. It's out of toilet paper tubes and boxes that like your cereal or crackers come in, and then a frame. I got this frame at the dollar store, but you can use any frame that you have. If you have an old one laying around the house, you can just use that. So it's really easy, and you can do it in any color you want. I'm going to show you how. The one I'm doing today is going to be blue and green. So let's get to it, okay? So to make the flowers, I have 2 flowers here. I'm going to show you how to put it together in a minute. You take your toilet paper tube, and then you just kind of press it in half so your ruler lays nicely on it, and then you're just going to make 1/2-inch marks all along the edge, and probably have some excess there. And then they do not have to be perfectly straight. It's really okay. You just cut your little petals. And you're going to need 15 of these. Well, for this frame, this is a 10 by 10 frame that I'm doing. I had 3 flowers in there, 1, 2, 3. So you'll need 15 petals for this. Now, if you're doing a bigger one, you probably want more flowers. So that's totally up to you. And just do this for as many petals as you need. And this is a great way to recycle. So I'm going to put these flowers to the side. And I'm going to get my little paint plate out here. Put some blue. Like I said, any color you want to do. If you have like all black would be really cool, or all white would be really cool. And if you remember from a couple months ago, I showed you how to make wall art out of toilet paper tubes, and I showed you how to paint these, and it's the same way. It's easier if you start from the inside. I don't know if you could see. And give it a good coat on the inside first. Flip it over. And then do the outside. You give it one good coat. You won't need to come back and give it a second coat. Let these dry, and then you can assemble them after they've dried. So I'm going to set this aside. I have to wipe my hands off, I got messy. Well, you're also going to need 3 of these little acrylic gems. I got these at Michael's. They come in a box, and the box is like $10. Use your coupon. You can get it for 40% off or 50% off, or if you're a member of their club, sometimes they mail you those 30% off your entire purchase coupon. But definitely get these for like $5 when you use a 50% off coupon. So, and there's all different sizes in there. I took this. It's a little smaller than a quarter, maybe about the size of a nickel. These acrylic gems. You'll need to have your hot glue ready to go. So I'm going to assemble this last flower. It's really easy. Just put a little dab of glue right there. press your flour. And make sure the points kind of are even. And just hold it for a few seconds till it dries. And you might want to lay it on your workspace and press it gently with your hand, just so it's even. Because sometimes when you glue them together, they come out kind of crooked. And then just keep going. So you have all 5 on there. And be careful with the glue gun, because the glue can really burn your fingers. I've done that many times. Last one, the 5th petal, I just put dabs there, a dab on each side. Stick your flour in. And then to put the acrylic gem on, I find a side that looks better. I think this side looks better. And put it on this side. And just put little dabs of glue on all these points, just to get it on there. And then flip it over, and see this little hole here? I'm going to put some hot glue in there just to secure it. Okay. Now set that side aside and let it dry. I forgot to mention, I already painted my frame. Let me get it. These frames were originally black, and I painted them white. I thought it would look prettier with the flowers. And if you buy a new one, you're going to have to take it apart. It had these little metal pieces in there to hold the glass in. You will not need the glass though. So don't throw it away, you can use that for something else. So you can definitely paint this whatever color you like. You could spray paint it, acrylic paint it. I didn't spray paint because I didn't have any more white spray paint, so I just painted it with acrylic paint, and that works just as fine. So once your frame is dry, oh, I forgot a step here too. Okay, so for the next part, this is a piece of cardboard from a cracker box that I had. I had 2 pieces from this. I already cut up the other one. But you paint this whatever color you want, and then you're gonna cut the strips. We need strips to make the little scrolls and swirls. But I don't know if you can see this. There's a little, like the edge of the box here is a little lip or an edge. Don't cut that off yet, because that helps you make your line straight. So once this is painted both sides, you're going to just take your ruler and again make 1/2-inch marks. And just, oh, here, I'll do it on this side because I didn't do this side yet. You want to do it on both sides. That also helps you make straight lines. And redo these. It's not a big difference, but when you're cutting the strips, the lines, I mean, it will make a difference in the end, having straight strips. Alright, there we go. Okay. line up your ruler on the marks that you made and just draw a line across. Go all the way across. And it's really hard to say how many of these strips you're going to need. It just depends on the design you do and how big your frame is. It really all just depends. So I recommend, if you have a big frame and you're going to do a big project, make a lot of strips. Okay, so once you have all your lines drawn on there, then we can cut these edges off. Decoration. So turn your frame upside down so it's upside down, and then you kind of want to place your flowers where you think you might like them. Just play around with it. Good. And then your hot glue gun, you're going to on the inside here where the flower and the frame meet, just put some hot glue in there. You're gonna have to hold this for a few minutes till it dries. This one I think is going to go, and you want to make sure you put at least 2 petals on the edge of the frame here. That also helps it make it more sturdy. We add the little scrolls and the swirls, and there's little like leaves I make and put in here. And once it's all been glued and Mod Podged, it'll be a lot stronger. It'll be a little flimsy in the beginning, but as you keep going and adding more to it, it'll get stronger. Alright, I'm going to flip this around so I can get this last piece on. Do this sideways. It's get better. On for the swirls and the curls, whatever you want to call them. So take one of your strips. Let me find I just have a skewer here that I use these a lot for crafting. And you're just going to wrap it around the skewer. Just do it a few times and take it off, and then pinch the ends because it'll get crooked. And just roll it. And that's the start of one. And then to make a shorter one, fold this in half and just do the same thing. You'll need several of these too, by the way. Okay, and then there's the heart. So I take one of these half pieces. Fold that in half, but don't cut it. And then you're going to roll each side to the center where you folded it. So the curls will be going towards each other. Kind of, you can leave it short like that, or open it up a little. Pinch, you might have to pinch this to get the heart shape. And then I put these in here like this. Let me put one right here. I'll put one right there. Just a little dab of glue. You don't want to use a lot of hot glue because it'll ooze all over the place and make a big mess. And then for this, you can open it up a little. You take this end, and on the back side, I'm talking about right here, just take your skewer and pull it so it goes the other way, and then this you put in here. Or you can do it like this to make it stronger. Do it that way. And when I do this flower, I'll have it coming out here. And make sure when you put your glue on, you get it towards the edge of the strip. Otherwise, it'll flap out and it'll look funny. And then just a little dab. That's all you need, just to hold it there. Okay, so I went ahead and I made a bunch of these curls, coils, whatever you want to call them. So I wouldn't take up so much time on the video. Okay, so now we're just going to place everything. Okay, sorry about that. My battery died and I didn't realize it, so I'm not quite sure where I left off. Yeah, where I left off. So I'll figure that out when I edit this. Okay, so yeah, let's just continue. Okay. I think it looks good. What do you think? Alright, now, I think I'm going to, I can see some of the cardboard edges on the green, so I think I'm gonna paint those. Real fast. I'm gonna finish this and then I'll come back in a few minutes, okay? Okay, so I went ahead and I finished painting all the green edges, like you could see the cardboard where it was cut. So now it just looks more finished. So now the last step is to Mod Podge everything. Most important thing is get along all the edges. They'll really help it be secure. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this and I will be back in a minute. Hey everyone, I'm back and I finished the back side and I let it dry. I finished Mod Podging it and I let it dry, which took a few hours. And now I'm finishing up the front. I've already done all the flowers, put all my Mod Podge on the edges, and then now I'm just doing the frame here. And if you spray paint your frame, you will not need to Mod Podge it. This just acts as a sealer for the acrylic. And then just need to let it dry and hang it. There is no hanger, there's no hook on it. You can just put a small nail, put a small nail where you want it, and it'll just hang from the edge there. And it's all done. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. I'm already working on my next craft video, so hopefully I will get that up soon. And thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.